Hey everybody, this is just a quick video on how to back comb hair, because I'm dead cool like that. This is what we are aiming for. So, floofty, lots of flooftiness. And this is what we're starting with. This is Plastikhaar. This is monofiber and a bit heavier than Kinepilon or KK, and you want KK fiber or monofiber, anything that seals with wet heat, so boiling, steam, that sort of thing. Yes, the colour is Bergenrot. Yes, I personally don't like Plastikhaar, I don't like working with it. It's a lot of faff, it's a lot of hassle. But it's what I've got at the moment. So you need a comb. So I use something that's got like a wide tooth bit and then a fine tooth bit, which is especially useful if you're working with silky straight hair. Okay, so what you're going to do is take your wide tooth end first. I do have two methods for back comb, but this is just what I use for Plastikhaar. Anyway, take your wide tooth end and start back combing just loosely. I mean, not like in any, you know, you're not trying to do it tightly or anything. You just want to sort of rough up the hair a little bit, you know, and sort of knot it up a little bit. You're going to go over it again. So you just want to go over it, go over it, go over it. You know, just quickly. Just do a quick first pass, just to kind of knot it up a little bit. Because it's silky straight hair, it does require a little bit more work than the normal Kinepilon stuff, because it's crimped usually. Yeah, there we go, that's the first pass. As you can see, it's a bit more dense, the end's a bit floofy. Yeah. So you're going to take, again, just your wide tooth side and go over it again. This time we're probably going to spend a little bit more time, not much more, but you want to take it a bit slower and apply a little bit more pressure in your strokes. I found that when I back comb, if I go back a few inches and then push back and then lift up rather than kind of come back on myself, because I find that hair gets caught easier that way. And once you get your own technique down, because everybody does it differently, once you get that all done and dusted and stuff, then you can work faster. I mean, don't expect to be making a million a minute kind of things. It doesn't work like that. As you can see, I have a little taily bit here. I'm just going to cut that off. Some people don't do it to the end. I prefer to do it as it goes, but it gets in the way and I'll just drop my scissors. Okay, so now that you've back combed that twice, you can see that's a lot more roughed up from what it was. Take your fine side, and I mean, you can have two separate combs for this, but this cost me 30p from Superdrug. So okay, this time again you're gonna go over it, but you're gonna a bit more pressure again, and I tend to try and take my time a little bit. Notice that as I go I'm getting a bit slower each time, because think of it like fine tuning. I mean, the wide tooth side is good for general work, whereas this side is better for fine tuning kind of thing. So makes it a lot easier. So I'm just gonna go over and just keep going. I mean, you may want to do this, and I'm going to do it another once more after this, because I mean, I wouldn't normally in pardon me, that's my head. I wouldn't normally with KK, but because this is silky, it requires a little bit more effort and a bit more work. It's one of the reasons why I kind of avoid it. Also the fact that this stuff is about 24 Swiss francs a bag, and that works out about £9. So it's expensive stuff, and I know people who do work with this exclusively, and the only reason I have this is because somebody sent it to me to make dreads with. Yes. And I think the first time I used it, I think I wanted to kill myself. It annoys me. But again, it's because I'm so used to working with the crimp stuff, and now that I've worked with it a bit more, I know how to work with it a bit better now. And I've kind of worked out a technique for it, but it still annoys the piss out of me. Anyway, so as you can see, big and floofy. Now what we're going to do is a twist test. So twist it like you would if you were going to steam it. Oh, I should mention that I am making a double-ended dread, not a single-ended dread at the moment. So just twist it, and this is really for checking for unevenness, any lumps, that kind of thing. Just to give you an idea of what the dread will turn out like when you steam it or boil it, whatever. Although, when you get more experience, you can generally tell what it's going to look like just from the way it's backcombed. If you run your fingers down it while it's when you backcomb it, you can generally tell how it's going to turn out like just from that. So yeah, just any bits that you feel might need a bit of, that might be a bit thick, just pull them down a bit, pull them out. And that's it. Whee! And that is how to backcomb Plastikhaar. You can do a similar technique for normal KK, it'll work just as well. Another technique you can use is when you backcomb it with the large side of your comb. This side, I know I keep showing it, but after you've done your first lot of backcombing, and you do it on top, and then you do it underneath, and then you twist it lightly, just a bit, so it gets a bit of a twist in it, and then you use your fine side, and then you do it, and it'll help create bulk. That'll also help to make a more cylindrical shape when you backcomb it. So yeah, that's it. So I know this is completely random, this is a really random video, but I thought it might be interesting to some of you. I do this for a living, so if you would like to make an order, please let me know. Yes.